You are now listening to About That Business, hosted by Rom Wills. Rom Wills is an entrepreneur and personal coach who has helped people reach their fullest potential personally and professionally. Take it away, Rom.
Thank you, Marshall. The show must go on. You know what? I remember, and I'm gonna share with y'all one of my few regrets. Few regrets. And I say few because most of everything I do in life, I accept good and bad, right? But this is one of my few regrets. I remember back in March of '98, right? I was supposed to host a public access TV show. I had already appeared on this show several times as a guest, so I was offered the opportunity to be the host of it, right? And I prepared for it. I secured the guest. I knew what I was going to talk about, right? And I was getting ready for it, but then I remember, like I said, this was March of '98, and I remember specifically it was a Tuesday morning, and I got a call from my mother, and my grandmother had a stroke, right? It was 5:58 in the morning. I remember the time and everything, right? And it was intense for a little bit, right? So that was on a Tuesday morning. I was supposed to do the show on a Saturday, and I canceled because family was everything to me. It wasn't like I was getting paid for it and everything, right? And it actually caused a bit of a strain between me and the producer of the show. But I was like, man, forget that. That's family. But I actually regret not doing the show because the show was filmed an hour, not even an hour, but within about a 5-minute drive from the hospital. And when I say an hour, I could have just taken an hour, did the show. It's just a half an hour show. I could have went there, did what I need to do, and then go back to the hospital or whatever. And I actually regret not doing that. But I remember something he said, though. He said the show must go on. And you know what? That's the thing in business. Yeah, things happen. Let's just be real. Things happen. Serious things happen. But when you're out there doing stuff, you always have to remember to keep going, right? Like just recently, I did a video for my Vimeo channel, right? And, part of it was live. And I'm going to tell you what, and even during the video, there's a couple times I coughed because this weather change got me coughing now. I've had to pause this video a couple times just to cough. And I could have easily, it wasn't on the schedule. The video wasn't on the schedule or anything. I could have easily did the video next week or something. But I said, no, the show must go on. Because especially as an entrepreneur, you self-employed, whatever, you have to understand there's really no sick days. There's no sick days. Now, if you physically can't move, that's different. But there's really no sick days. You got to get out there. Unless you're in a position where you don't want to give someone else a cold or something like that, or whatever you got going on, that's different. Yeah, you're a responsibility to your customer. But if you in business, especially for yourself, if you can't move, right? I just coughed there, and it doesn't help. I'm in the middle of a fast too, so I'm gonna have to get a liquid fast. But I'm gonna have to get some. I'll get some like broth or something. I'll get some broth, right? Get some hot stuff in me. But check it out, right? It has to go on, and that's one of the things you gotta think of, right? And it's part of that too, honestly. And this wasn't going to be a part of the subject, but included here. Take care of your health. Take care of your health just because the show has to go on. Especially you in a business, like people expect a certain something from me. Now, I know some people might give me a pass if I don't have videos out at a certain time or anything like that. But to me, that's bad business. They'll give me, like I say, if I cannot move, okay, I'll come back on and say, hey, this is what's up. But the show got to go on. The show, you have to do it. Figure out a way. I mean, you know what? Sometimes you might have to find somebody just to help you out a bit, which isn't a bad thing. If you have somebody who can help you, and that's a good thing, somebody who's on board with you, right? But you just have to always think in terms, I'm going to deliver this service, I'm going to do what I have to do. And you'll find once you have that attitude, you really don't get sick as much. Now, me, I'm just dealing with a cough. And it's actually better, but, you just have to really think in terms of the show always going on. So the business is going on. You're going to keep that running. You're going to do everything you have to do, right? So, anyway, just understand that. So, anyway, that's it for today. Let's go make that money.